Hello and welcome to this final overview of the syllabus for PCOR 501. This is Dr. Lori and I'd like to answer some of the common questions that students have as we get started with the course. First of all, one of the things that students notice about the assignments is that they all begin with either a letter A, B, C, or D. And so those letter designations actually correspond with the different kinds of activities that you'll be doing. First of all, the letter A is for all of the individual quizzes. The letter B is for all of the team teaching assignments where you'll be preparing some material for each other to help them do better, to help each other do better on your individual quizzes. The letter C is for the assignments that you'll be completing for the course. And the letter D is for those peer evaluations, the helping behavior. And so anytime you see those particular letters, you'll know that that is an assignment that needs to be completed and turned in. The grades will be based on the following breakdown, and the due dates for the online section of this class are always on Sunday night, or I should say almost always on Sunday night. Before we get to the week that we'll be covering that material in class and having quizzes and teamwork on those topics, please be sure that you've completed your individual preparation for those topics prior, so that when we get to the quizzes, those are all due that week on Sunday at 10 p.m. The assignments are all due on Sunday at 10 p.m. The team integrative projects, there are 2 of them, and those are due on weeks 9 and 10 on Sunday at 10 p.m. And the one exception to that Sunday night due date is the helping behavior. Those peer evaluations are actually due on a Thursday night at 10 p.m. And here's the reason. Those happen on weeks 4 and 10, and what students have said is when they get all done with a week and they've submitted all the last minute stuff on Sunday night, that a lot of times it's hard for them mentally to step back and think about how each teammate has contributed to those kinds of things. And so they have more clarity if they have a little bit of a break between submitting things on Sunday night and then filling out that peer evaluation. So if you want to, you can get started and you can even submit it on Sunday if you want to, or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, but Thursday that week is the very latest that you should be completing that on weeks 4 and 10. So that's the reasoning behind the helping behavior having a different due date. If you need help with technical support or netiquette, information can be found here. And in terms of the attendance policy, really what they're getting at, and this is university policy, is that students need to be engaged with the material throughout the quarter as we go. So please read that so that you know if you're achieving attendance for that particular week. We are happy to make accommodations for any disability. Please let us know what we need to accommodate and we will find a way to make that work for you. In terms of academic integrity, a lot of times it's very tempting to help a teammate or a classmate with a specific assignment, or because we're a very helping profession and we like to be helpful to other people. But where it crosses the line is where you're really getting in the way of the other person's learning. And so if you are doing things for that other student or giving them information that's helping them in a way that they're not actually learning the material really well, then that's where it becomes dishonest and it really compromises everybody's education at that point. In this class, we will be using real health information, and so please be sensitive to that and use that in an accountable way. There may be course changes as we go through the quarter. We'll always be sure to make sure and send an announcement so that everybody is aware of that. And that brings me to an important point. If you find any issues with the class, if you find a due date that you think is incorrect, or if there's disagreement between 2 different places where you have information, please let us know about that, because if it was confusing to you, then it's probably confusing to somebody else, and if we can fix that right away, then it will just impact the least number of students. Maybe you're the first person who's coming across that error, and we really appreciate you sharing that with us. So please let us know of any mistakes that we might have in our course. The final thing that I'd like to show you is that there are 5 different places where you can find information about the assignments for this particular class. The first one is about halfway through the syllabus in a section called Thematic Content. It's the week-by-week schedule, and basically each week starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday. And so each one of these weeks has the topics and the videos, readings, learning activities, and then any quizzes or other assignments that are due during that particular week. So if you follow this schedule, you'll really be staying on track for all of the different weeks as we go through the quarter. The T stands for topic. So topic 1 is measurement and graphs. Topic 4 is health behavior models. Topic 5 is an interesting one, and it's teamwork, and what you'll notice is that it's spread throughout the quarter. Teamwork 5 is on week 2, week 4, week 6, and week 8. And so teamwork is really the kind of thing that's more experiential, and so you'll be touching on that as we go throughout the weeks of the quarter, and so you'll get a little bit as we go along. We've tried also to list for as the quarter comes to an end, the kinds of things. There really is no more new material in week 9, although we'll be continuing those particular activities into week 9. And then the Team Integrated Project 1 is due at the end of week 9, and the Team Integrated Project 2 is at the end of week 10. For the final exam, it actually will be available to you on Sunday night because we have found that that's a very good time that is low stress for our online students, and we want to make that as easy of an experience for you as possible. The official time for the class is Monday morning at 8 a.m., but you can start taking the test anytime during that window, and as soon as you start the test, that's when your time will start. So you can take it on Sunday evening if that works best for your work schedule. You don't have to take Monday off just to take the test from your job. So we hope that makes it more flexible. But if you do take it on Monday morning from 8 o'clock until, I think it's about a 1-hour exam, 8 to 9, that's also fine. There's no penalty for any of those times. You don't need permission to take it at any time during that testing window. So we hope that gives you the flexibility to be able to make this work the very best for your schedule. The second place that information about assignments can be found is at the bottom, the very bottom of the syllabus, and it's in this section called Course Summary. Basically what this has done is it has taken all of the assignments that are spread throughout the quarter, and it has put them into kind of like a longitudinal calendar. So what you'll notice is early on in this week we have you do a few things so that you are ready to start once we get to the first Sunday. And so if you have any trouble with these, like in terms of the software or the textbook or the lockdown browser, then please let us know. We're very happy to work with you and help have that work with your particular computer system. And then you'll notice that as we go through the quarter, all of these are Sundays, and it will tell you sometimes things are due at 6 p.m. and sometimes things are due at 10 p.m. The things that are due at 6 p.m. really are just preparation for some things that you might be doing later then on Sunday night, or on behalf of your fellow teammates, for them to be able to see that information that you've created. If Sunday's not a good time for you to work, then I would just recommend earlier in the week, go ahead and submit those. You don't have to wait until Sunday, in other words, to submit. And so if you work on something and you've completed it, go ahead and submit it on Tuesday or Thursday or Friday or whenever. Also, you'll notice here are those unusual Thursday submissions. You are welcome to go ahead and do those on October 15 if you like, but you just have a longer window to submit those all the way through October 19 if you need that extra time to think about how your teammates have done. And then the second one is down here near the end, the helping behavior number 2. All of the rest should be Sunday due dates, and you can see the times here. The third place that you can find that same kind of calendar information is on the home page. And what we've done is we've created a Word document so that you can download that and actually have a hard copy. So right here next to calendar, there's a downloadable online calendar. It should have all of the same information that you saw at the bottom of the syllabus, just on a paper copy that you can stick to your refrigerator. And I tell people, put it on your refrigerator, get a couple little magnets and put it there, because it's hard to lose your refrigerator. But if you have just a piece of paper sitting around, a lot of times, at least at my house, they get stacked into some stack and then moved, and then I can't find it. So I end up printing it again or can't locate the information that I need. And we want you to have that information as easily accessible as possible. So that's the third place. The fourth place is in the global navigation way over here on the left in the calendar, and this is the course calendar. Basically, it takes all of those same assignments that you saw at the bottom of the syllabus and it puts them in a calendar format within Canvas. And the nice thing about the calendar feature in Canvas is that not just this class, but any other class that you're taking in Canvas will also be there. So all of the assignments are listed. You can decide on what colors you'd like to use to represent each of your different classes, and then you can just follow that as you go through the quarter to make sure that you're staying on track and that you don't miss out on something that's coming up that you perhaps weren't aware of. The fifth place that you can find that same information is on the dashboard, and this is usually what opens when you open Canvas for the first time. So over here on the right hand side is a list of the things that are coming up. And so those are assignments that maybe need your attention in the next few days. And at the bottom, there's a link that will open even more calendar items. So just because you see the first three doesn't mean that's all there are. Go ahead and click on that and you'll be able to see more things that will be coming up in the near future. So that concludes our review of the syllabus. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to meeting you in the class.